This is page 4 of the unit review for Unit 5. This is given a graph. Use this same graph, answer a whole bunch of questions. What's the slope of the line? First, I'm going to notice that it's a negative slope. I'm going to take any dot and travel to another dot, and that is 2 down and 3 right, which is negative 2 over 3. What is the y-intercept? I find the y-axis. I figure out what the name of that point is. It's 0, 2. What is the equation of the line? We have an x and a y here, so I'm going to say y equals, we're going to do it in slope-intercept form, which is negative 2/3 x plus 2. What is the value of y when x is 6? You have two choices. You can either plug it in and work it out mathematically, or I'm going to go to x equals 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So y is negative 2. Likewise, what is the value of x and y is negative 4? I'm going to go to the negative 4 on the y. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to come all the way across to where it hits the line, and that is at 9. These you can either do mathematically by plugging 6 in for x and solving, or you can just read it straight off the graph. If the function f of x equals 2x squared plus 1, find the range if the domain is. This is your input. This is your output. Okay, so here we go. F of negative 2 equals 2 times negative 2 plus 1. That's squared. That's 4. 2 times 4 plus 1 equals 9. F of 0. 2 times 0 squared plus 1, that's a 0. 0 times a 2 is 0. And so that's 0 plus 1 equals 1. F of 3 equals 2 times 3 squared plus 1. 3 squared is 9. 2 times 9 is 18. Plus 1 is 19. Range. In set notation, least to greatest, 1, 9, 19. In set notation, least to greatest. Absolute values. Find f of 2. This says put it in, then later take the x of absolute values. So 3 times 2, this is f of 2, minus 1. That is 6 minus 1. That's 5. So that's 5. F of negative 2 is 3 times negative 2 minus 1, an absolute value. Negative 6 minus 1, absolute value. Negative 7, absolute value. Absolute value of negative 7 is 7. Order of operations, 6 minus 9 times 4, 6 minus 36. Ooh, sorry, didn't do my denominator. Let me start that one over. Okay, take care of the numerator, take care of the denominator. Next step would be 6 minus 36 over negative 5. Next step would be negative 30 over negative 5. Negative divided by negative is a positive, so your answer is 6. Solve the equation. You are distributing a negative 1, 9x minus 3x plus 2, because a negative 1 times a 3x is negative 3x, and a negative 1 times a negative 2 is a positive 2. Plus 10 equals 0. Combine like terms. These guys go together to be 6x. These go together to have a plus 2 equals 0. Move the 12 to the other side. 6x equals negative 12. Divide both sides by 6. X equals negative 2. Back to a process. Amelia had a party Friday night. When the party started, 20 people were there. Each hour, 3 more people arrived. Write the equation described. P for people and H for hours. So I have input, process, output. Input, talking about hours. Output is number of people. So when I have the first, and this is the process, so the first hour, 20 people were there and 3 showed up, which is 23. 2 is 20, and 3 times 2, which is 26. 3 is 20 plus 3 times 3, which is 29. They want this to be the variable h. So 20 plus 3h, and this variable is p. So your equation is 20 plus 3h equals p. That is your equation to find the number of people. If you have any questions on your review, please ask me and get a hold of me before your test.